Hey, how's it going, everyone? Kuma here. Just wanted to make a video off the cuff. No script, no nothing, as always. Kind of just introducing this new video series that we're gonna be doing, and kind of talking about why we decided to do this and like what it's gonna be about, and then just kind of, I guess, actually doing a little segment where I like basically show you what it's like. Like I'm gonna do a little thing, and hopefully you guys enjoy this, and like you guys want to see more. That way we can do more, and it'll be like more content for you guys and more shit for us to do. So yeah, let's get into why I decided to do this, or why we decided to do this. So there's a couple reasons why I decided to bring this over, because like this is already an existing idea that's in my main channel. But I just decided to bring it over. I've been wanting to bring it over for a long time, and I just never did. But we finally got my ass to do it. So reason number one being I didn't want to have to like only make videos based on like, oh well, I'm playing this game, so I can record it. Like no, I just kind of wanted to record and just shoot the shit with my friends and talk about like a specific topic. And just get their ideas and their point of view on specific things, or the things that we agree to talk about. So and just broaden my content and stuff. So that's always a good thing, I guess. The second reason being, as much as we love the podcast and as fun as that is doing, it's probably not the best like for us and for people watching. Like, not that it's bad or anything, it's just like it takes so much time. It's like 2 hours of us talking, and not everybody has that time, us included. Not everybody has that time to sit down and like listen to guys talk for 2 hours about nonsense, or want to do that, or have the attention span for it. And we can't always set aside that time because work, or just the circumstances in which we live in, or significant others. Just stuff like that. We just can't really set aside that time, and I don't want to put that pressure on them to have to keep doing that. So podcast isn't gonna go away. Hopefully we'll get back on it. We've been trying so hard. Like, we've been trying for about 4 weeks now, maybe 5. I don't know how long it's been since the last one, but we kind of stopped talking about it for a little bit, and then recently we decided to like, hey, yeah, we want to do podcasts, like it's fun and I have stories and shit. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But like, we never have time. And so yeah, like we've been trying really hard to maybe not hard enough, because if we were trying really really hard we'd actually do it, but we've been trying. At least we've been keeping in contact and being like, yeah, we should do it this week. And then the week or that day shows up, and like only 2 of us are there. Or like only 1 of us is there, or like we're all waiting for somebody to say something. So it's just really bad, but hopefully it will get better at that, and that'll come back. But basically this is a way to like kind of have that content, but not have to make people commit to 2 hours, and not have to make us commit to 2 hours of our day or night, really, because it's like 11 or something when we do them. So yeah, just something to kind of be able to do that type of content, but like not have to commit as hard. You know what I mean? It's better for us. And then now comes the part where I tell you what I'm gonna call this. We thought of, or we came up with a name because we were coming up for a name for a different thing. Right? It was basically like we're gonna come up with a name for one-off videos, right? And I thought, at first I came up with Kuma Cookies, and I was like, no, that's too generic. and I didn't like the sound of that, you know. And then I came up with Kum Sesh, and Angel was like, no, no, no. I mean, that's a cool name and everything, but don't use it for that. Like, that sounds like something. That sounds like a talking type video or whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I guess you're right. Okay, cool. I'll keep it as like, I'll keep it in the back burner then. Like, I'll leave it warmed up, you know, for something else. And we decided to bring over Kuma Talks, because like we were talking about, like, oh, it sounds like a talking video type thing. So then I said, like, okay, let's just drop Kuma Talks and call it Kum Sesh, like, you know, when we bring it over. And they're like, okay, yeah, that's fine. So I sat on Kum Sesh for a bit, right? And then like yesterday, I think I didn't mention it to them, and I'm only gonna say here because like I want to give my thought process. So like I came up with Kum Sesh, right? Because it's still along the lines of Kum Sesh, like it's still like a innuendo and everything. And if you guys don't know why I'm using innuendos and shit, is because that's the whole joke among me, Logan, and Angel, is like, oh yeah, you know, like they're fucking dickheads and like they like to make fun of me. And so like Logan specifically was like, oh yeah, it's King Kuma. And I'm like, this guy. So it's kind of stuck where it's like, oh yeah, you're the sex name guy. And so that was like the whole joke. So that's what, you know, just wanted to explain that real quick. And so we came up or I came up with Kum Sesh because I was like, okay, so it's the initials of, you know, the main people that are gonna be in it, right? Like, or the people that are in it. It's like, yeah, Kuma, Angel, and Must, you know, Must Lord. And then I kind of sat on that for a little bit too, and then I was like, no, let's not name it that, because I thought about it, and I was like, okay, so if I call it Kum Sesh, like I feel like it just limits me to only having us three on that like series, or yeah, right, series. So I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to limit it to us, because like there's other people on the channel, you know. So I'd rather have it to be like Kum Sesh, where it's like I am the host and I bring a couple people on, you know, rather than it's just me, Logan, and Angel. So yeah. I just thought I would say that way, kind of get into my head on the thought process and this and that, and why I named it this. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this new series of videos. I'm not promising that they will come out often, but I'm pretty sure it'll come out more often than fucking podcast, you know, and that's a good thing. Anyways, with that 8-minute and 30-second long intro out of the way, now we get to the meat and potatoes. You know, took me a while to come up with this topic because I didn't come in here prepared. I've been doing this for a while. My voice is probably hoarse right now, so don't say I don't try real hard. I don't try hard enough because I don't write a script, but you know what I mean. I try hard. So yeah, I'm just gonna get into the topic now. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I definitely have, and that's the fact that video games don't try as hard as they used to, or like developers don't try as hard, I guess. I don't know. They don't pay attention to detail as much, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. This isn't new. This isn't something like just recent. It's been like this for a while, but you know, it's something that I've noticed, something I wanted to talk about. Just kind of start a discussion in the comments and stuff. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, so what, the 6th generation of video games was like the last generation that actually really tried. 7th generation, you know, Xbox 360, PS3 had like a few things like Far Cry, Crysis, Metal Gear Solid 4, maybe even Metal Gear Solid 5, you know. Not as not as like crazy in detail, but still, you know, it's a Kojima game, so there's that. That I would say like maybe Resistance. Maybe not Resistance. I don't know, but there was a couple games that were like pretty you know, packed in detail and just tried pretty hard for that system. The Last of Us, of course, I mean, I wouldn't say it was like a whole lot of attention to detail like the way older games tried, but it was still, you know, it still tried to get you immersed and tried to put stuff in the world for you to interact with and stuff. So, you know, I'll give it to it. And this current or just past generation, right? PS4, Xbox One. We had what? PT? That was like a lot of attention to detail and stuff. Maybe Resident Evil 7, I guess. You had, I guess, Amnesia. And I guess that's really it. I mean, Death Stranding, maybe, if you wanna say that. I think the only thing that that game had going for it was like the way you had to manage your packages, the way you had to manage walking. And other than that, everything else kind of sucked. It's pretty bad, but you know, whatever. It was kind of cool that you could throw your packages if like you swung and then let go. That's pretty cool. But like, you know, it's just not, it's not as polished and stuff. So I don't know. I don't really want to give it that, but you know, I'm giving everybody a fair chance. If you want to argue, it's not that hard to argue that one. I will like if you bring up something that's like, no, it's not that realistic or whatever, or it's not that attention to detail, or it doesn't pay that much attention to detail as you think it does, or whatever. You just give me just a little bit of a thing, like a little bit of a thing, a little bit of an argument, a little bit of a just like, no, you're wrong. I'll agree with you totally on this trending. I'll be like, all right, you know, yeah, you're right. You're totally right. You're fine. Yeah, that makes sense. But you know, for now, I'll just say that. But you know, and even before the PS2, you had stuff on PS1 and Dreamcast. You had stuff on Xbox and GameCube. I'm pretty sure there was some stuff on there that had a lot of attention to detail or whatever. But like, I didn't play those games a lot, or I didn't play those systems a lot. The only thing I played on like GameCube and Xbox were like Chibi Robo, Smash, Voodoo Vince, and and Halo. That's it, right? So I don't really know too much about those, but for sure I know the PS2, I know the PS1, I know the one game on Dreamcast that like is the one game that I'm gonna bring up for attention to detail, even though it's annoying as fuck. And yeah, and then even before that, I mean, this wasn't like attention to detail so much as it is like it's the reason we have games the way they are now, or at least like, you know, we made great strides to make games in 3D and stuff like that. Saturn, you know, with Virtua Fighter. It's the only reason why, like, or the main contributor to like games being in 3D and stuff, or like PS1, sorry, like deciding to like be 3D and all that shit. So, you know, that's cool. But let's start with the biggest dick in the room, and that would be PlayStation 2 with its fucking attention to detail and just like kind of realism stuff. So it's weird to say because you look at PS2 games now and they look like shit, but like, you know, that's fine. I love the PS2. I love the games that were on it. You had Metal Gear Solid 3, if you want to go basic bitch and just what everybody would say. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3, whether it's shooting a beehive and having all those bees come out and like start stinging a bunch of guards nearby, shooting people's radios out, shooting their arm, and so they can't use you know, machine guns or anything, killing animal, storing said animal waiting too long to come back to your game, and it's spoiled. Killing a boss for waiting too long. You know, like you leave and your internal clock is like a week later, and the boss is dead. Killing killing rats with a fork and then eating them. Fucking feeding guards spoiled food and then making them go to the bathroom. Blowing up rations and then all the fucking soldiers are hungry later on in the game. Putting on bug juice so that leeches don't get on you. Burning leeches with a cigarette. If you get shot in the crotch like me, and you don't dig out the bullets and you just turn off the game for a bit, and you come back to the game and your wounds are healed, but you just have a bunch of fucking bullets near your fucking dick, like what other game does that? You know, holy shit, that game's amazing. You have the Berserk game, which mainly in animation and stuff, it's really good. Like, it's really attentive to detail. You know, and that's pretty much it. I just wanted to mention the Berserk game on PS2. I'm sorry. But it was made by Ukes, and Ukes also made wrestling games. You know? I'm pretty sure they made the SmackDown games and SmackDown vs. Raw. You know, those games are packed with content and you know, subtle animations and, like, you know, just so much shit, right? I don't know too much because I didn't play them a lot, but from what I remember, those games, like, still hold up to this day. Then you have, you know, fighting games like Tekken 4. Alright? Tekken 4, I mentioned Tekken 4 specifically and not just Tekken in general, because Tekken 4 had a lot of realism. Like, the stages you fought in had people in them. There was, you know, elevation, different biomes. I say like it matters, right? The biomes don't matter. The different places don't matter. But, you know, you could fight in the jungle, and you could splash around in the water. You could run uphill. You could fight down the stairs, break phone booths. There's just so much shit you could. There was pillars, so like not only was there walls in the stage, right? I'm pretty sure every stage had a wall, but there were not only walls in the stage, but you had objects that acted as walls, such as the payphones. There was cars in the garage. People themselves acted as walls. And then there was the pillars. There was the pillars in the garage too, right? And so, like, there's just so much, like, attention to detail, right? It was not the, you know, best fighting game. Honestly, it's really fucking broken and shit, and it's just got a lot of fucked up shit in it. But it's so good. Like, even like just the tone and everything. It's just. This was good. They were fucking trying. They were doing stuff. And now every game since then has just been Tekken 5, but like with tag or or with better looking shit. That's it. And more characters. It's a shame. It's a shame. I mean, I get it. I get why they wanted to appeal to more of the people that actually play Tekken. But I mean, it's such a shame. Now the only games that we have that are similar to that are Dead or Alive, and Dead or Alive fucking sucks. Like, it's fun to play, but like once you get into like the DLC and all that shit, holy fuck, it makes me want to just not play that game anymore. But yeah. Then you have like Siren, you know, and Siren has really elaborate puzzles that you have to do like a lot of things for. You know, like grabbing a towel, wetting it, putting it in a freezer, leaving it there, coming back later as a different character, grabbing that fucking towel, and then you use it for the puzzle. Like, holy shit. You know, it's just the puzzles are hard in that game, and there's just so much detail, like, you know, in the sequence of events that you have to do certain things. And it makes sense because the man who made, or I guess the director, I believe is his director or creator, whatever, who made Siren, also worked on a little known game on the PS1 with almost the same amount of detail, if not more, I guess, or better done. Silent Hill. Silent Hill is amazing. You know what else he went on to make? Gravity Rush, one of my favorite fucking games of all time, but we'll talk about that another time. And then, like, yeah, so speaking of PS1, yeah, Silent Hill. You had Metal Gear Solid 1 on there too. And that's really it for PlayStation 1, I think. I mean, there might have been some other games, but I did not play. I mean, Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2. Holy shit! I almost skipped over Resident Evil 2. Yeah, no, Resident Evil 2 is like attention to detail up the ass. Really fun game, and it's just a good game. Please, if you haven't played the original Resident Evil 2, please go for it. It still holds up to this day. It's real good. Then you have, like, you know, Dreamcast. You have Shenmue. For the time, the shit was like, there was no other game that was attentive to detail as Shenmue. I mean, come on, you could open every fucking drawer in the game. You had a job, or you could get a job in the game, and you actually had to adhere to the schedule. You know, certain missions were only available at certain times of the day. You know, it's crazy. You know, he could take out, like, you could see the life of Japanese at the time, of the Japanese at the time, I guess. Like, how every house has the family's name on the front. He takes off his shoes when he comes in, puts them back on when he goes out. Like, shit's amazing. Shit's crazy. Nowadays we play Shenmue, though it's kind of annoying because, like, you have to wait for everything, and, like, you can't really do, like, anything while you wait. You just have to sit there and wait until the time comes, and then you can do something. So that kind of sucks. But I mean, in terms of, like, detail and, like, quote unquote realism, even the fighting and animations, unparalleled at the time. Unfucking paralleled, untouchable. You know, shit was amazing. And then, and that's kind of it, actually. I thought I had, oh, no, yeah, I mentioned the PS3 and stuff. And PS4. So, no, yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry. Again, off the cuff, no script. Sorry. I'm dumb. But, that's only one guy's opinion. That's just my opinion. That's just how I see things. You know, if you have any, you know, examples of realism in games now, or games that I missed talking about in certain, parts of this video, whatever, feel free to let me know. I look forward to, you know, seeing you guys' thoughts and seeing how you guys feel about this stuff. Does it bother you that games don't try as hard, or, like, are you just like most people, I think, and I just kind of like, yeah, well, the gameplay is really good and it looks amazing. I don't really care about that other stuff as long as the game is fun. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like that too, but, like, I just, like, I played these games, you know, these games with, like, all this realism and stuff, so, like, or all these attention to detail, and so, like, you know, it kind of bothers me. I don't care about it as much as I did back then, but now it's like, oh man, I don't know, I don't know if I like this or whatever, but I still play games and stuff, so, you know, that's just something that I want to talk about, you know. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, and you know, leave some suggestions down below what we should talk about next. You know, give us some topics, or, you know, just leave your thoughts down below. And yeah, you like us, you like what we do, consider subscribing. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.